from TMC Fishing. As always, thank you for watching. Today's plan, we got something new. We got lots of new stuff. It's a couple days after Christmas, so we got lots of new toys to check out. Super excited to show you guys some of the cool stuff we got. We're out at the small pond again, gonna bust the kayak out, test out some new lures, some new toys. I'm super pumped. So to start off, we got a new reel. We got, this is my first ever BFS combo. Those of you who don't know what BFS is Bait Finesse Systems. So they are designed for throwing like ultralight finesse tactics stuff. This is my first one, never messed with it. They kind of take the place of like a lighter spinning reel. So that's what we're going to test out. The only rod I have that kind of fits is this little micro series. So it's like an ultralight rod. So if we catch a decent bass on it, it might get real fun. The next thing, got a new camera. Got a GoPro. Shout out to my buddy Carp. Got this for me for Christmas to step up my video game. So super excited to test that out. That's what's going to be on the water with me today. Next we got the Evolution tackle bag. This is a bait bag by Evolution Fishing. I'm going to use it primarily on the kayak, so I'm going to have it clipped in so that way I'm not paddling back and forth to the truck and stuff, because I don't have a good place to store gear. This way I can store my soft plastics and hard baits and stuff so they don't get hung up on anything. Just saves me time and energy. And then we also got lucky and got this month's 6 cents bag the other day. So got some cool new baits in that I'm really excited to try out. Got some Divine swim baits in a kind of a limited edition color. They said it's a fairly translucent, so you got to fish it in pretty clear water, but it's got like a blue, I don't know if you can see it, blue metallic flake in there, so kind of a cool deal. We got a Provoke Deep Dive and Jerk bait, which wintertime staple. We got a Lipless, the Thud 70, which if you've been watching the videos, you know the Lipless has been doing work for us. And then we got a fat square bill, a Crush 100. Also been doing pretty good on square bills. So I'm super excited to test all this stuff out. We're going to hit the water today here in just a couple minutes, and hopefully the weather's good. It's supposed to be just a slight bit of wind, but we got nice sunshine, and according to the fish app, it's supposed to be biting. So thank you guys for watching, and come along. All right, well, we're on the water, and to tell you the truth, I'm just super excited to try out this new reel. This is the Cast King variant. I can't remember, like Zephyr or something like that. They're about 75 bucks. They're a really good starter BFS reel. You can get some crazy expensive ones. Some, you know, $300, $400, $500 BFS reels, but I wanted to start with like a budget one and kind of see how I felt about them and if I can see myself really sticking with it. And the issue was I didn't have much line left at the house. Light line anyways to throw on here, so got to be really careful with these bomber casts. I don't have much line on here. So I'm starting the morning off with a little spoon, a little Castmaster. Really good year-round bait, but a really good winter bait. It's just a hunk of metal with a treble hook, but the nice thing about it is they're just super versatile. There's multiple ways you can retrieve them that work really well. You can just flat cast them out there and bring them back, which is how we're going to start. But you can also pop them off the bottom and let them fall, just like jigging a a lipless crank. What that does is it comes up, and then as it falls, it kind of rolls on itself end over end and creates a lot of shine and flash, which kind of draws the fish in. Or you can vertical jig it straight down underneath the boat. Generally works a lot better in deeper water, 20, 30 foot of water. Not to say that we might not try it today, but there's a lot of different ways you can fish it. So we're going to start with this. It's something light, something easy to throw. Like I said earlier, this is a ultralight rod. I kept my old Zebco 33 on this rod forever. I use it for trout and bluegill. So it has caught a couple bass, but it's always a rodeo. The cool thing is, these little spoons kind of catch everything. And there's a lot of big bluegill in here. Oh, don't do that. There's a lot of big bluegill in here, and I know there's crappie in here, so we're gonna see if we get lucky. If we catch a crappie, he's coming home for dinner. There's a fish. Oh, he come off. Oh no. Dang it. I need to set my drag a little looser. Well, shoot, it wasn't very tight. Dang it. Well, they'll chase it. Saw him flashing down there. He was only maybe a pound, but still super fun. While we're in the good lane, let's try out this lipless. Now this thing is heavy. I can send it into the stratosphere. Now I'm hoping these fish are in a chasing mood. The day kind of sets up for it. It's supposed to be actually really cloudy later today. A little bit of it's building, but we're supposed to have lots of cloud cover. There's a fish. There we go. Oh, stay hooked, stay hooked, stay hooked. Oh, he's angry. He's so angry. Oh, come on. Stay off for me. There we go. All right. First fish of the day. Terrible ending, Joe. It was a little rough, but new lipless for the win. Well, 5-6 casts. Little half pounder. I mean, nothing crazy, but fought so freaking hard for his size. Good on you, bud. So first impressions right now, I'm liking this. It's heavy, but it's not diving too deep like I was scared it would. These hooks are huge compared to my other lipless cranks. Super sticky though, obviously. So I was kind of scared about fouling up in this brush. So far, really haven't. And right now I'm just chunking and winding. I'm not doing anything fancy, just keeping it just above the bottom. Seems to be the play as of late, is keeping your lipless just a couple inches off the bottom of the pond. It's got some good action. It's not near as loud as some of, opposed to my rattle trap. That's been doing good. It's definitely quieter than that. But it's not silent. So far I'm really liking it. That's the first lure off the list of stuff I want to catch fish on today. So see if we can keep it going. And the trick with throwing a lipless is give yourself a big long cast. I generally let it sink towards the bottom, and I'm just going to give it a steady reel. Now I'm going to keep my rod tip up, not real high up in the air, but just raised up enough, and that's going to keep the sensitivity going and keep that bait off the bottom. Versus if I want it to dig, you know, I keep it down here. And then anytime you feel like you're running through grass or muck or structure, give it a little pop. And what that'll do is kick that bait real hard. And a lot of times you'll get a reaction bite out of that. But what it does is knocks off a lot of that grass and gunk and slime and leaves or whatever off your treble hooks. But if you're punching through grass, a lot of times the bass will be following it, see it get hung up and kind of go, what the heck's going on? And then when you rip it out of the grass, that sudden jolt really triggers a good feeding response out of bass generally. So you'll get a lot of bites that way. There's fish. That feels a little better. Oh, no. This side. He is not better. Ooh. Hook came out and then I hooked him on the top of the head. Barely got him. Let's just live. I'm not gonna play the game. And it fell out. Yeah, I had him in the lip and then it jumped off and hooked him in the top of the head whenever he dove. But a little smaller, yeah, still like that half-pound range, which is pretty typical for here, but still super fun. Glad we're catching them. Especially after last trip, I was really grinding to catch some fish. There's fish. The Lipless is just such a consistent killer this time of year. If you haven't got one yet, if you're not throwing one right now, man, you just need to get on. Go ahead and get one. Just such a consistent bite. There we go. Ow. Don't hook me too, please. And thank you. Get over there. And he wasn't coming off for nothing. All right, they're kind of getting smaller, but that one hit it like a freight train. He thought he was big, but it got all of it right in the roof of the mouth. And like I'm saying, man, the Lipless crank has just been such a consistent player these last couple weeks. As soon as the water started getting cold, it just triggers such a good reaction bite, even when the fish just doesn't really, it feels like the fish really don't want to eat anything. It just comes flying past them and they just can't stand it. It's just annoying and loud, and it just triggers something in that predatory feed response. Now all we need really is to hook a big one on it, and I'll prove it works on the big ones too. But it's just so much fun, and it's just so simple. I mean, I'm not yo-yoing, I'm not doing anything fancy with it. I'm literally just casting it out there and reeling it in. Now I am throwing this on a 5-speed reel right now, and this is a 610 medium heavy moderate rod, so it's got lots of flex, which I like in especially throwing anything with treble hooks. You want kind of a moderate, a softer tip. Just gives them a little bit more time to eat it. And gives you that flexibility if a big fish does make a run on you, it's not going to rip those treble hooks out. And then throwing it on a 5-speed is, I can get a steady crank, but I'm really not going that fast. Versus if I was throwing this on like a 7-speed, it would be flying in comparison. So I say I'm burning it across their face, but I'm really not. It's not going that fast. I mean, I'm just keeping it right off the bottom, but there's another one. Gosh, it's so hard to put it down. I want to try something else, but I'm also having a lot of fun. Oh, that's a better fish. There's big. Oh. There's a much better fish. Come here, big boy. Come here, big boy. I don't know about much better. Definitely biggest fish of the day. And it seems like they're all getting it right on the roof of their mouth. There we go. There's about 1.5 pounds now. Getting a better fish. Smoked it right here in this deep end. I'm just rolling it across the bottom, and they're slurping it up. Now all of them got good bellies, good healthy fish, which I love to see. And very sharp teeth on that one. Ow. I love to see that the fish in here are staying healthy and fattening up for the winter. Now I just need to hook one of the big ones I hooked in the spring here with this much weight on them, and we could possibly break the PB. But I keep saying that I'm going to switch and throw a different bait other than this lipless. But it's really hard to put it down when you're catching fish. And I really am liking the color of this this new lipless. It's kind of a shad imitation, but it's got some copper on it, which the bluegill in here, copper nose bluegill, they have that color to them. So I really feel like it does present kind of best of both worlds. Is it looks like a shad imitation, and it also looks very much like a bluegill imitation. So I'm really enjoying the color and the presentation here. And it's getting bites, so it's tough to say that it don't work. Oh, that one thumped it so hard. Oh, he crushed it. That feels like a little better fish. Or just angry. Ah, he's another probably pound and a halfer. But just knocked slack in the line. Hit it so freaking hard. Oh, barely hooked though. Once again. Oh, come on. Whew. Yeah, another pounder. Seems like they're schooled up right here up against this reed line. And I don't know what it is. Every fish I've caught today has been right in the roof of the mouth. I don't know what that means per se. If they're hitting it from above or what, but like every hook's been in the roof of the mouth. And he splashed to my side, and it is very cold. But that one absolutely crushed it, like knocked slack in the line. That's the way you want them to eat it. There's another. Yeah, they're schooled up right here for sure. Oh, that. That's a better fish, I feel like. Another pounder. Once again, right in the top of the mouth. Just barely got him. Come here. There we go. Oh man. There we go. That one's a little better. That one's pounder. They're really cold, but man, they're fighting so hard. Oh, this is just too much fun. I said, man, I really kind of want to try something different, but I really don't. It's just too much fun. You know, I could be out bird hunting right now. I could be out chasing deer and be having a good time too, but this is just an addiction at this point. I just don't want to do anything else. thump. Again. Ooh. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Barely hooked. Oh, no. Ah. Yeah, I can see it just barely in the corner of the mouth. All right, so we went back to the truck real fast and did a little bit of retying or re-rigging. I really would like to catch a fish on the micro rod, the BFS, but like I said, it's not, that rod really isn't set up for a lot of stuff. So I had a thought about a rig that I've never tried before, but I heard is really good. I thought about tying on a drop shot, but the drop shot just really hasn't been putting fish in the boat for me lately. So, and I feel like these fish are a little more bottom oriented than that because the Lipless has been dragging through the mud getting them. So what I came up with, as long as this wind doesn't get me too bad, is this. This is called a Nico rig or a Neko rig, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people argue over that. So what it is a soft plastic worm with a nail weight in the end. So whenever it falls, it goes nose down and that top stands up. So it's kind of like a wacky rig. Very, very similar to a wacky rig, but it hits the bottom. But you're fishing the bottom rather than it falling and kind of flapping down. It's a very subtle rig. Like I said, I've never thrown one before. I've always been curious about it. And what I'm hoping is with fishing with an exposed hook with this flimsy rod, I'll be able to drive it home good enough. Well, we'll see. I also tied on that square bill that I got out of the bag, and also switched up and grabbed my spinning reel, and I've got one of the Divine swim baits tied on, little swim bait tied on. So we've got a couple of different things to try. We'll see how it goes. There's a fish. Yeah, the Nico. Yeah, on the ultralight. All right. Oh. Oh, still, God, this rod's so tough. There we go. All right. That's so cool. Man, I love trying new stuff and it works. It's the best. All right, first ever fish on the Nico rig. Threw it out there. I didn't feel the bite, but all of a sudden there was weight and he took off running. Just about what we've been catching all day, just shy of a pounder, but super fun on the ultralight. And it's the new BFS first fish ever. So thank you, buddy. I really appreciate you being my first fish. Man, that was fun. And I didn't lose my rig because I didn't bring anything on the kayak to redo it. So when we lose this one, we lose it. See, a lot of people get caught up on, well, I fish a Texas rig, or I fish a spinner bait, or I fish this, I fish that, and I'm damn good at it. And that's awesome. And fishing something you're comfortable with is definitely nothing wrong with that. You know, having a confidence bait can make all the difference on a tough day for sure. But trying something brand new, trying something you've never tried before, and figuring out how to get fish to bite on it is just so much fun. I just enjoy it so much more than fishing the same thing over and over again. And it really helps you grow as a fisherman. It helps you learn new tactics and what works when and how, and can really change the game, you know. So anytime you see a cool technique, or you get a cool new lure or something that you've never fished before, don't be scared to throw it. Especially a day like today, you know, I could just sit here and throw the Lipless, which I know it works. It's been working. It's been a consistent player. Oh, there's no fish. But then you can throw something different and catch them, you know. Oh no, go to the side. Go to the side, please. And I still didn't lose my rig. Yeah, buddy. Barely hooked. All right, little butterball. Gosh, that's just so much fun. Thank you, buddy. See, now I immediately have a lot of confidence in this rig. That's 2 fish pretty quick. And the problem with this pond is I never throw a Texas rig because the ground is so soft. It's so silty that I really struggle to throw a Texas rig because it just digs into that silt. Well, this Nico weight is like, I think, a 1/16 of an ounce, if that. So it's super light. So, and then with that ribbon tail worm, it's just poking up out of that sand and creating just ever so slightly some action. But now we're up in the reeds. Big move. I'm curious if we can go back to the honey hole over here in the corner and pull more out. I'm gonna try the tree. I don't know why I'm gonna try the tree. I always feel like there's fish on the tree and there never is, but we're gonna try. And then we're gonna go back into that corner and see if we can't catch a couple more. Another fish. There was one on the tree. No way. There's never one on the tree. Oh God. Don't splash me. Oh, that water's so cold. Oh, it's a better fish. Where's my grabber? Come here. Oh, I reel down a little bit. All right. That's funny. Fished this tree 100 times. Always feel like there should be a fish on it. There never is. Guess it just took a Nico rig to find a fish on it. Man, that is fun. He actually smacked the crap out of it, took it and run. But, man, you just can't ask for a better day than this, y'all. And I still got my worm. Can't believe it. Thought for sure I'd lose this thing after the first fish. Rip that hook off, didn't I? No? Alright. There's fish. They're still over here. Still over here. Just a little dink. Just a little feller. But holy crap, is that fun. And we still got a worm. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up. GoPro's about dead and stomach is a growling. All right, well, that was fun. Had a great morning. Started off throwing the BFS with the little spoon. It had a bite, had the fish come off. Didn't really know what to do with it. Still trying to learn what I can and can't get away with. But switched over to that Lipless crank. It has just been so consistent all fall and winter. That 6 cent stud, it was a new one to me, but it worked just as good as the other ones. We started cranking them on it. If you haven't thrown a Lipless, you need to get one. This time of year, they're just killers. Had a really good bite on that. Switched over to the jerkbait for a while. Couldn't get any bites on that. And then trying to decide what I could get away with because I really wanted to catch a fish on that BFS. Thought about throwing the Nico. Just kind of had the thought about it. So I rigged one up. Figured there's not much wind. It might work. So it turns out phenomenal. I think we caught 4 or 5 fish on it. So much fun catching bass on that ultralight combo. Setting the hook into a 1-pounder feels like a tank. So highly recommend that. I'm for sure going to be throwing the Nico in the future. So I love learning new baits and learning new tactics, and that's for sure going to be used in the future, probably here very soon. Tried to end the day with the square bill and the paddle tail. Couldn't get any bites on that. Seems like the bite is pretty much slowed down, so I feel like I needed to stick with the Nico. And something slower now that it's pretty much noon and the bites kind of died off. But overall, great day. Had a ton of fun. Can't wait to get out again. So appreciate everybody for watching and see you next time.